Hi everybody, and welcome back to Halloween Town How-Tos / Christmas Town How-Tos. I have been on hiatus for a little while. Halloween, kicks my butt, and I feel like my brain needs a recharge because so much goes into those couple of months that it really drains you. And now I understand why people usually just do one or another, and it's really hard to kind of do them back to back unless you have everything set up and you do it the same way every year, which I do not. So I love to complicate things for myself. So here is my idea for this year. All right, so this is kind of my idea for the house this year. I'm gonna make this really quick. I really want to make an ice skating scene with everybody up here in this area. I want to have Jack and Sally be skating, and while the rest of the gang hangs out, possibly at a fire pit. I have to see how time goes, changing the windows up and the house itself to more, I want to say traditional. I'm going to have my icicles, still thinking like a shooting star. I'm integrating Nightmare Before Christmas into these wreaths, and I'll show you them in a second because I'm done and I have a shortcut on how to make the bows. I want to make kissing balls because I just think they're so beautiful, and every time I see them I want to make them. So I've watched some tutorials and I'm going to try my hand at making some kissing balls. So that should be fun. This is my big blow up Santa Claus Jack, and you can kind of see through him right now because I have like a big wreath, my walls with some candy canes on it, the vampire teddy. These are the columns from my Christmas Town sign I made last year. So this year I'm repurposing them in a different way. I'm thinking about doing a mural on my garage door to make it look like a train tunnel. I do have that inflatable Nightmare Before Christmas inflatable train with Jack and Zero and presents, which leads me to this part, which is my side yard here. Thinking about making train tracks out of the boarded up windows displays from Halloween. I don't know how that's going to go. I have a Christmas tree I want to put in the middle and make it look like the train is going around. I have my blow up Jack snowman. So I have a lot of ideas, and I will show you where things are going and progressing from my original idea. All right, so as you can see, it's pretty straightforward. I have started it, so I'm going to take you out front to kind of show you where I'm at, what I'm thinking, what I changed, because I have changed some things, and then what my project is going to be for today. So here we go. So I'm going to start here at the upper level where I had my lock, shock, and barrel wreaths. So I changed it out from last year. I'm doing green wreaths. Let me zoom in a little bit. And I wanted everything to have a uniform look that is up against the house. So everything has red Christmas balls and the signature Nightmare Before Christmas bow. I'm going to show you a trick on how I sped up the process since I needed to make more. I grabbed these two from my pumpkin pedestals just to make life a little easier for me. Now the candles I did make, and I will show you a better close-up of those. But along the roof line, I do have my icicles. And in this bush here, I'm waiting for them to turn on a little bit better. There we go. I changed the lights to more twinkling. All right, I'm gonna move on to the front door. I'm not sure if this shows up, but on the edge here, I do have a star with some string lights coming down to this lower roof. I do not like the way that is looking. That was part of my design. But sometimes when you start putting things up, it just doesn't work. I am working on a Merry Christmas sign that I had from last year that I will be putting red and white LED lights around and putting up here just like my Oogie Boogie sign for Halloween. I think that would look great right here over top of the door. And as I pan down, these pillars were used in my Christmas Town sign last year. I always wanted to put them up next to the house like this, and I never quite could figure out how because the poles were too short. So I grabbed my planters. Well, actually, they're not holders for planters. These are actually parts of fountains, but I used them for my potted plants on top, and so I grabbed them and created these great columns. On the front door, I have my scary wreath. I'm keeping in theme with all of the other wreaths, except this does not have the candle. The icicle lights all around. And this setup, I just did, so I'm going to show you how I came up with making this sled. My design was the walls, if you remember. I did not like the way the walls looked at all. So while I was looking at the walls, the one reminded me of a sled. So I made it into a sled. I have a wall on the other side of this, so I still could use it. It just will look like a sled. But I'm going to show you how I did that. And I have 0 hanging down attached to Santa Sled. I'm going to go closer to this wreath here because I want to show you the candle. Now I made these candles out of white pool noodles. I used the same technique that I used for the hanging candlesticks, and on the inside that is a candle. So it is battery operated, they are timed, and the inner hole of the pool noodle fit this perfectly. I just ran some glue around it so water doesn't get into it, painted it up the same way, and I did do a protective coat on that. This is a new bow I just made. And I have Teddy hanging out here. I love how he's kind of creeping over Santa and his sled. Now, with the garage, I still might do something to look like a train tunnel. However, I really love the way this looks. And I have two different types of candy canes, which is driving me nuts. So I was unaware that they were different. So I'm gonna have to swap out and do either this one or this one. I also made some tiny Mickey ornaments, which I think look really cute. And I have to make another bow for the middle of this so everything is cohesive. And when I make that, I'm going to show you my shortcut, which you'll like. Let's do it. All right, I'm gonna leave that over there. I'm not gonna make this one too long because I don't want to run out of my duct tape. So curve the end over, and we're just gonna make it this long. Curve my end over, make it stick to the table. Same thing, curving. Sticking. Where'd my wire go? Wire. And I'm only going to put need these two, and it's all right that I didn't go all the way to the end. It's not a big deal. Black. Am I gonna make it? I made it! Alright, I need... It's gonna start down here, I think. Yay, I can make the tail! Cheat. White duct tape, about 6 inches. Take your scissors. And just start making white lines. That's it. And once again, you can manipulate this any way you want. So this is going to be my bell for my garage. Alright, so I am making Santa Claus's sled like I said. So I just need to make a swoop down and it come up so that way it looks like there is the part of the sled that is the ski part, I guess. There we go. Santa Sled. And this color is called Dark Crimson. So for the gold, this is what I'm using. So Santa Sled is done, and I will take this around front and set it up. right, guys, so that wraps it up for this video. I know it was a lot of different things. It was showing you what my plans are for this year, kind of going over some changes because I feel like Christmas is just going to morph, but I have a rough idea what I want to do. I made Santa Sled out of my old, one of my stone walls, and then just set that area up. I kind of like it. I don't know. I have to see once everything's done. I feel like there needs to be a big toy bag, but I'm not stressing over it. I'm just rolling with it, and however it turns out, it's okay. So with that, everybody, enjoy your Thanksgiving if you celebrate it. I know I will be comatose tomorrow with a ton of turkey and gravy and mashed potatoes. Honestly, I'm a big potato head, and you could just stick homemade mashed potatoes and homemade gravy in front of me, and I'll just carry a bucket around all day. Like, I'll be fine with that. But anyway, see, my brain just shut off. Give me a second. I really appreciate you guys too, because it's really hard when you have head trauma and you just, all of a sudden your brain just stops working. What was I talking about? Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this video up because I don't know where I was going. I know I was talking about Thanksgiving. I don't know what project I'm going to work on next because I feel like I'm just going with the flow. So with that, guys, get making, get creative, and I will see you next time on Halloween Town How-Tos. Bye-bye, everybody.